That was the day I knew I'm not going anywhere. This is it. My name is Fiati and I have been going to the well since February 23rd of this year. When I walked in, and I'll be honest, full transparency, I was intrigued about how everybody was either around my age or younger. They were incredibly good looking, and also everybody looked like they were educated. So I was like, this is very interesting because looks like a very young church. I remember very well because Pastor Victor was talking about dating in Christ. That was the topic that day. And I was like, oh, this is very fitting for me because I'm single, right? And I was listening. I was very intrigued by how he was preaching. It was different. It wasn't until service ended and we're walking out, and my sister was like, how did you find it? And I was like, I think my wife is here. And that was my initial approach. And that was and she laughed. She goes, yeah, there are a lot of beautiful people here. But fast forward, God had other plans for me. It was totally beyond that. And I think that was the initial attraction of me moving with my eyes, not understanding where my faith was going to take me. So at the time I was dealing with a lot of emptiness, a lot of loneliness. I was doing a lot, but not a lot was happening. And I was running a lot, but the results wasn't showing. And I had already been told that whatever I'm looking for, I have to go to God's house to find it. And I had tried everything. It wasn't working. So God was like, the next stop has to be the last stop. I was also very close to leaving Maryland because I thought if I left and went somewhere else, I would find the community that I was looking for. I was very much alone here. I didn't really have a lot of friends. I didn't have anybody I could really rely on. I had family, but that's one thing. But I wanted people that I could just really rely on as far as my own community, people that I can relate to, people I could talk to, and I didn't have that. And it was very difficult. And I just moved here from Canada, so I was very close to moving back home as well. But the well just gave me everything I was looking for, everything. Pastor Victor would preach, and then we would end, and then I remember very vividly, he would say, if you're in this house, forget whoever you came with. This is God calling you. And if you've been doing it on your own for a long time, you don't have to do it on your own anymore. And every time he would do it, my heart would be racing. And I always get the not walk. And I would never go because I always look around like, not me. And then I'm looking at the people, and he's literally saying, forget who you came with. Forget who is here. Come up and let me shake your hand. I never went. But that particular day, and that was the day I knew I was in the right place. That was the day I knew I'm not going anywhere. This is it. My father died July 10th. July 13th, I was at church. The 11th, I think the 12th was when we did a community cleaning. And I remember texting the group and said, hey, guys, at this time I'm leading small groups. So I texted my colleague, Devon, at this time, and I said, hey, I can't come. My father just died, and I don't want to dampen the spirit. So I'll catch up with you guys later. And I remember him texting saying, hey man, do you want me to come over? Like, do you need some company? I said, hey man, you want to come over? That's fine. I was trying to muscle my way through it as a man. And that's because I've never really had a community that I could lean on. I think maybe hours later, I was getting ready to go to my sister's house, and he had texted me and said, hey, we just finished, but the rest of the team want to come through as well. And I was like, oh, okay. He said, do you mind if we come to your place? And I said, absolutely, yeah, that's fine. Then he texted me, I was like, nah, it's too much. We're gonna go to a restaurant, we're gonna meet you there. We want to do something else, get you out of your environment. So they showed up. I don't know how news spread, but when I got to church, I met at the door Tiffany. She was serving that day, but she was waiting for me. And she was just consoling me, said, Fiati, I'm so sorry about your dad. this and this. And she was just very empathetic. And I'm trying to walk away because I don't want to be emotional. I'm trying to be a man. And she wouldn't let go. And then I got to the door of the auditorium, and guess who's waiting out for me outside the door? Debbie. And Debbie was hugging me. Just like, I'm so sorry. Like, just, and Devon had texted and said, hey, I'm in the back, make a left, first row. As soon as I got there, he was there. My brother was there to embrace me. That was different. And I remember when we walked down to sit down, as I sat, Devon sat on my right, and Chi came. I didn't even know Chi was there, and sat on my left. That was the moment I knew I was in the right place with the right community, and that I didn't have to go through this on my own. Pastor Victor says when they moved to the Rockville, they were looking for a location, and they knew the Rockville needed a church. And God told them to come to the Rockville. It's true. The Rockville needed a church. I needed a church.